All right. Very interesting message I received, and I thought I must make a video about this. Okay. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be, but it'll be something in the lines of being uneducated. Me, I don't have a degree, masters, I don't have those impressive credentials. So, why would someone who's educated, why would someone who is successful or respected in society want anything got to do with me? And I'll tell you about this message. Feel free to comment down below. You don't have to uh, take my side or support me. I want you to be authentic and I want you to be real. And right at the outset, let me tell you, the guy was very polite and he does have a very valid point. Okay, so I'll summarize. I'll not read because it was a really lengthy, long drawn out message. Okay, so this is what he said. First, let me give you his profile without giving you specific details. The guy has educated from an Ivy League university. He comes from a very well-to-do family, Indian guy, but abroad in the West. Well-to-do family, father, mother, very highly educated. So he also got this education. He was working for a multinational company in the West, and he got an incredible offer from one of the top brands in UAE. Okay, really good brands and a very legit offer. In fact, as we were exchanging messages, I was completely baffled by the package he's getting. It's unbelievable. Let me put it to you this way: that if, for example, whatever salary you're getting, you most probably would want double the salary. This guy has managed to get like 5 to 6 times more than what you would get. So for the same kind of job and a very leadership position. Okay. So how did he come to know about me was when he got this offer in Dubai, UAE. So obviously, you do things which everyone does. You Google search and life in Dubai, do's and don'ts about Dubai. And that is where he started to see my content. At first, he was like, who the hell is this clown? He actually put what the hell is this freak? Who's this Mexican cartel? Who's this? Why is this tattooed guy's face appearing and about Dubai? So he thought something was wrong. So at first he was like ignoring it, but eventually, when he kept seeing video after video, after all, I have 8,000 plus videos. He was like, "What? Who's this bozo? What is he talking?" And finally, he clicked on it. And he clicked on it. He was really not in the frame of mind. He wanted to switch it off. But then, as I started to speak, he was like, "Okay, the guy talks some sense." And then after some time, it was like, okay, the guy talks a little bit sense. Then he was like, the guy does talk sense. Now, obviously, he didn't agree with everything that I posted in my videos. He was like, you're very much of a pessimist. To the point, I feel you're a pessimist. You seem to have a lot of. You treat the world in a very cruel place, and I don't blame him because he was born and raised in a very rich family. He has only experienced rich, stable, comfortable life. He has never seen suffering. Okay. And the only suffering maybe he went through was just depression before the exam or maybe his girlfriend breaking up. So he has not seen days of eating from the dustbin or sleeping on the streets. And, because he's rich, I don't blame him for that. So uh, then after all that, he was like, yeah, you talk sense and you are, yes, you are good. But then I have these pressing questions. So obviously, before it was, why the hell did you tattoo yourself? Why are you looking like a freak? Why did you make all these stupid choices? But then he went to the core questions. And the core questions which he put is, I'll read out what he wrote. Why in the world would someone in their right mind, with good formal education, proper upbringing, being part of a decent society, global experience, why would someone like that come to you? Why would they come to me? There are so many people out there, so many who are much better, more qualified, more well dressed, non tattooed, educated. Most important was educated. Why would they come to you? And he pointed out, see, Mr. Loy, I'm not trying to insult you. Mr. Machedo, I think he typed. He was giving Mr. Machedo. It felt good, like Machedo. Okay. Well, Mr. Machedo, you don't have any education. I'm not trying to be rude here. You don't have education. You have an appearance that would never even let you through the security guards of a company. You would not be allowed from outside the parameter. You would not be allowed through the reception. And you're not even working in a corporate world right now. How the hell do you know what goes on in the corporate world? Okay. So these were the core questions that he asked me. And let me tell you, he is not wrong. I'm not going to bash him up or tell him, hey, what the hell? And, Elon Musk didn't have his degree. No, I'm going to go very heart to heart because he asked a very valid question and he also asked in a very right way. Okay. So I will give you my answers, but before I give you the answers, feel free to comment, give your thoughts down below. And remember this much: I am a proponent of education. I encourage others to study. Yes, education has become a business. Yes, education is very expensive. Yes, education does not guarantee you anything. I have spoken about this, but that does not mean you disrespect or disregard education. Education, not just, and remember, I don't limit education to only academics. Education is a learning process, but it is very important to have a degree and master's and PhD. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. So feel free and comment below. Now, his reaction is what is generally people who are part of the corporate world, who are part of this decent society, this is their normal reaction. Okay. So, having said that, let me give the answers. Now, here is my open challenge to not only him who will be watching the video, it is to you guys. Okay. Listen carefully and answer the questions I'm asking you. Number one, for those of you who are educated, who have a degree, master's, PhD, whatever, how much of your bachelor's do you remember? First question. You did 3 years bachelor's, right? How much do you remember? What do you remember? If I were to give you 10 sheets of paper to write down right now 3 years of what you said, what do you remember? I can write and give you as an open challenge. You'll not remember anything. Second one, you spent so much money on masters. Can you write on 10 sheets of paper what did you learn in your masters? What did you learn? Management, Maslow's theory of hierarchy, corporate governance, maybe accounts. But can you write it down? No, you can talk about, but you can't write it down. And it definitely would not make any sense because after a few lines, you would stop. Now, next question. You did 2 years, 3 years of bachelor's, 2 years of master's, 5 years. 5 years. Tell me what exactly of this bachelor's and master's, 3 years of bachelor's and 2 years of master's, what exactly of this are you applying today in your job? You pick up the phone, you speak to someone, you check emails, you go for meetings. So the bachelor's and master's, which part of this are you using in your day-to-day? Maybe if you're an accountant, yeah, you're looking at accounts. Maybe if you're a doctor, yes. If you're an engineer. But we are talking of the general world. What do you apply? Tell me. What? Formal, how to behave formal or how to behave with manners? That is not what they teach in bachelor's and master's. Okay, next one. Again, simple question. Tell me, whom do you show your certificate that you took 3 years to get and the master's 2 years? Where do you show this paper to? Whom do you show it to? When you go to meet people, how many people do you ask, excuse me, can I see your bachelor's degree? Can you show me? Can you show me your master's degree? Can I see the paper? Do you actually look at it? Do you look at it and does he look at it? And then you start the conversation, or it never comes up. Okay. Next one is, have you met people? Is not. Have you met people despite having a great bachelor's and master's degree are still dumb idiots? Have you met some people like that? Have you met people with no common sense? Great education, no common sense. Great education, bad character. Great education, very bad vices. Great education, but human beings you would not want, to interact even a mile away. So, what does this education actually give you? Like bachelor's and master's. The only place where you use it is when you apply for a job. You have to show them the documentation. And yes, when you migrate, you have to show. So it is important. I'm not saying not important. But day to day, where do you use it, man? Okay, here's another thing. This I've said before, so it's going to be a little cliche. But does the amount of money you spend for your bachelor's and master's, what does it guarantee you? Tell me, what does it guarantee you? Does it guarantee you a job? Does it guarantee you respect in society? Does it guarantee you future placements? No, it's just a paper, right? It's just I have some papers where I did certificates and all that. It's not even kept here. I just dumped it in a plastic bag and tied it up, and it's outside. Yeah, it is for legal documentation. You might need it, but otherwise. And here's the biggest question of them all. Biggest. You have seen that software changes every few months. Software gets upgraded. Technology changes every year. Smartphone comes out with new features, even if it's incremental. We didn't have OpenAI, ChatGPT. Life has changed so much. So every month to month, year to year, so many changes are happening. How much has the educational system evolved month after month, year after? Has it evolved, or is it the same curriculum that you have been studying? Is it the same structure? Is it the same format? Is my question to you. Tell me yes or no. How many colleges and schools are teaching you the same goddamn thing that was taught 20 years ago? Just imagine a guy who got his master's degree or some degree 20 years ago. What is the validity? And that guy doesn't even remember anything. Forget 20 years. People don't even remember after 1 year of college. So you have a paper that gives you outdated education with no application. In today's world, what do you need? Communication skills. Does a degree or master's teach you? Money management. Does a degree or master? Emotional management, people's management, leadership. Does a degree or master teach you that? In fact, have you thought about it? See, I'll give you a few notes I've written down. Technical roles like car mechanic, machine mechanic, computer technician, electrician, plumber. Do they need masters or degree? Person who does with these hands. Okay. Have you noticed athletes? Not all, but professional athletes, they should study. That much I'll tell you, they should study. But some of the, let's say, not the highest paid, let's not go Ronaldinho or Ronaldo or whatever basketball players. Okay, they earn billions. How many athletes do you know that have a degree or this thing? But they get paid money, for entertaining you. Okay. Chefs in restaurants, degree. Social media influencers, degree. Actor, writer, real estate broker, sales executive. These people earn more than people with degrees and masters. So, do they need a degree? Now, political leaders who are so powerful, how many of them have a degree and masters? The top most powerful leaders in the world, how many of them have a degree and masters, and how many of them are successful because of the master's degree? Like Putin, because I did my master's degree, I'm a great leader. Modi, because I did my PhD, I'm a great leader. Or is it something else? Charisma? Is it his ability to deal with people, think, have great people with him? Okay. Have you noticed people with influence? People, whether it's Mexican cartels or whatever, but people with influence, even on social media and all that. How many news anchors or YouTubers who earn millions, some of them, how many of them, or forget a YouTuber that you like. Does he show you his master's and degree? Okay. Salespeople who earn more don't have a degree and masters. Business owners who employ people with degree and masters, they don't have a degree and masters. And they earn 10 times or 100 times more. In fact, I'm asking you right now at this very moment, you who's watching my video, you're watching the video of a school dropout, uneducated, tattooed freak. Why? I don't have a degree. I don't have masters. I don't have education. Why are you listening to me? Because what I'm talking, what I'm sharing, what I'm giving you, my life experiences, my words of wisdom through pain and suffering, the guidance, the coaching, is all which is not covered in a degree and in the masters. See, just think about it. I am earning much more than an average or above average or middle class or slightly upper middle class people. Okay, this guy is earning more than me, fine. But without an education, I'm earning. And I'm not rich by no means. I'm very comfortable, very relaxed. I'm very happy. Do you think my channel or my content would be better if I had a master's degree from Pondicherry School of Sri Gurukala Ambedkar, in rural Pongal area district, do you think? Or let's say, for example, if I went to Harvard, maybe MIT, Harvard, maybe I'd be like Ali Abdal or something like that. MIT doctor, fine. I don't have that much money and I don't have an interest. But despite all this, I'm doing fine, right? I'm an okay father, not a great father. I'm an okay YouTuber. I'm an okay husband. And I have an okay life. I'm not saying that education is useless. It is useful, but as a ticket, entry ticket to apply for certain jobs. And I am not a corporate slave. I'm not trying to insult people who are in the corporate world, but you have to admit you are a corporate slave to the system. You have to listen to your boss. You have to listen to the management. You can't do your own jing bang. You have to keep the customers happy or complaints will go. So you are studying all this to be a corporate slave. Why do you think so many want to break out of education and do their own thing? Because they found out without this degree, maybe I can earn some money. But yes, sometimes it can be misleading. Sometimes it can be a very bad idea, like dancing on TikTok or just trying to position yourself as a consultant or life coach without any education. That is all wrong. So the point I'm trying to make here is, first things first, education is important. Even my daughter, I would tell her, study, get a namesake degree at least, namesake. I will not tell her this thing, but I would tell her, study, get the best marks you can. Put your heart and soul into the education. But I know for a fact, as a person who has lived through the school of hard knocks and realities of life, this education is not going to give her a job. It's not going to give her sustenance. It's not going to give her common sense. It's not going to give her charisma, communication, nothing. All this I have to teach her. Communication skills, people skills, leadership skills, business skills. All this I will teach her. me and my wife. Okay. But in society, to survive, a paper. And in fact, let me ask you, you read and study history and geography and all this. Can't you just Google search today? Why do you have to memorize? School is nothing but memorization and regurgitating, vomiting it out. And how much you remember and exactly the way you write it, you get high marks for memorization. A system of education rewards you for memorization skills. How much of memorization skills do you practice in the real world? It's like, this beautiful cartoon picture that I saw. There is a tree, there's an elephant, there's a fish, there's a monkey, and there's a snake. And this person that is writing, okay, elephant, you have failed the exam because you don't know how to swim. And to the fish, you have very poor performance because you can't climb a tree. And to the snake, you have failed the exam because you can't lift anything heavy. So why we evaluating everyone on one standardized test? Tell me. My daughter, at the age of now 6, she's actually selling her drawings, and she has started to contact my relatives, not mine, my wife's relatives, and she's actually pitching in, how much will you buy this? I'm serious, huh? This, I didn't initiate, my wife didn't initiate. She's calling them and showing them the drawing, and she's actually telling my wife to send this via courier and for them to wire the money. Obviously, we're not sending the drawings via courier because it's more expensive. But they are wiring her the money and she's saying, this is sold. So, which degree or master's program taught her this? No, none. So, what I'm trying to tell you, apart from, okay, education is important, academic, there are so many other skills in today's day and age. We are no longer in the industrial age where you have to know, maths, or, you have to know certain traits to fight a war, or, even the industrial complex. It's no longer. Today, it's a digital world. Today, it's an artificial intelligence world. Education is important and it has its place. But in order to succeed and survive, in order to thrive, there are so many other things that are not covered by education. Education only gives you, if you ask me, it's not even 10%, it's 2%. 2% of your overall survival. And that 2% comes down to when you apply for a job, maybe it can come up to 10%, apply for a job or for a position. They say promotion for director level, you have to have masters, only then. Otherwise, for success, for life, for love, for political power, for influence, degree and masters. So I respect what this young man sent me, and I know that he didn't mean disrespect. He asked me a very direct question, and I gave him a very direct answer. The fact of the matter is, he may not need my services. He definitely does not need for his line of work. But there are many other areas where I have much more experience and wisdom, be it relationships, be it failure, be it bouncing back from being homeless on the streets, personal branding. Because, I'm visible, I'm known, he's not. So I guess I'm doing something, even if it's controversial. And given the fact that I have succeeded 20 plus years doing this, none which I learned from a degree or master's, shows I have something which educated people don't have. Anyway, I'll just conclude by telling you this. Have a look at all your heroes, people you admire, whether it's a singer, Indian singer, Lata Mangeshkar, or Adele or Eminem, whether it's an actor, Samuel Jackson, Shah Rukh Khan, whether it's a sportsman, Sachin Tendulkar, or uh, let's say Fedor Emelianenko, he is another UFC fighter, Conor McGregor, or uh, you know, even Elon Musk for that matter, Jeff Bezos, um, politicians like Putin, Modi. Uh, I don't think a single one of your heroes you have verified and checked their bachelor's degree and master's before following them or admiring them. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree? Love to hear what you have to say. But I can definitely tell you this, in today's day and age, there are so many careers, so many possibilities where a degree and master's you don't need. Even if it is just being a gamer or social media, superstar. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. And I know some of you don't like me very much. So you'll obviously say, yeah, he put you in your place and he bit slammed you. Whatever floats your boat, my friend. Okay. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.